Welcome everyone to HueFin, also known as HueFin News. Today is June 1st, 2021. You guys can see it right here. We are going to talk about REN today on our video. REN actually launched another bridge into Polygon to where you can actually wrap some other cryptocurrencies on a layer 2 solution to reduce the transaction fees on those main blockchains. We're going to talk about that. Look at this article right here, and then at the end we'll talk about where we're expecting REN to go in the future so we can get in position and win, right? This is what this market is all about. Everyone is really thinking about where price is going to go, especially after the last month of the massive movement to the downside many cryptocurrencies have experienced. Don't worry, we got you. We're going to get in position so that we can win into the market and dominate this space. So if today's your first time ever seeing our video and you all appreciate it, make sure you hit the like button, share, subscribe, join this team, join this community. We're here to assist you all into enduring the volatility and also gaining the profits from the market. So now this article came out a couple of days ago, May the 27th, 2021, letting everyone know that this protocol, REN, has launched a bridge to Polygon for 7 top cryptocurrency assets. Now this bridge will allow the ERC20 token represent Bitcoin, Bitcoin Cash, Doge, Phil, Luna, Zcash, and Digibyte, which can now be transferred onto the Polygon network. Okay, now Polygon times the REN virtual machine bridge was announced on Twitter by Polygon on Thursday. Okay, and it emphasized that the bridge will now allow Bitcoin and other assets to be used on the high-speed, low-cost layer 2 network. That's pretty much the whole purpose of layer 2 solutions, is to give you higher speed as well as the lower cost to transact on the main blockchains. Okay, now REN and Polygon have teamed up to launch this bridge to transfer currencies between Bitcoin and the Ethereum scaling solution. All right, that's a tweet right here. As always, I'm going to leave you all the link of this article on this video so you can check it out if you want to go into a little bit more. Now, the assets can be traded and pulled on Polygon-based decentralized exchange called QuickSwap, with the REN team also hinting at future yield opportunities for other tokens on Polygon deployments of Curve Finance and Badger DAO. Okay, so they got big plans, big futures ahead to where they're trying to link up multiple currencies on the Polygon blockchain. Now, a REN representative indicated the team plans to launch more bridges to high-speed scalable networks in the future. So, REN has launched this REN virtual machine 1 year ago, and they have emerged as a leading portal allowing wrapped versions of Bitcoin, Bitcoin Cash, Zcash, and other layer 1 assets to be traded on the Ethereum mainnet. Around $246 million worth of assets were bridged using the REN virtual machine over the past 7 days. So they're becoming a contender into the market for layer 2 solutions, right? Now, as always, cryptocurrency is real competitive. So layer 2s are heating up. You have Arbitrum, which is targeting its main launch for Friday, and Optimism coming in July. So layer 2 look like this is where the majority of the competition is going, because many people want to transact at higher speeds. They don't want longer time confirmations as well as low cost to do those transactions. So out of this space, these layer 2 solutions, which one do you think is more viable? Which one do you think is better, right? Which one do you think is going to pull out to be the leader in the space? Because if whichever one you think it is, that's the one you need to get in position for and hold for the long term. Do you think it's going to be the REN virtual machine? Do you think it's going to be Polygon? Do you think it's going to be Arbitrum? Do you think it's going to be Optimism? Like, which other layer 2 solutions do you know about that is trying to vie for some market share in this space? Let us know. I will have this link in the description of the video just in case you all want to catch up, go a little bit further into REN bridging to Polygon. But for us, let's look at the price. Okay, now let's talk about where we're looking for the market price to go in REN. You guys can see our last price prediction was right there on May the 5th, and we played the strength into the market in this currency. Now, we did go higher. You see that? So what, 2 days into our price prediction is the only time you've had to actually capitalize into the market in REN. If you didn't see this video within the 2 days of us creating it, you missed out on the ability to grab profits out the market. Now, we told you that we would TP out the market right up there around $1.10. Market fell shy on May the 7th, but we was there. You know, we had the idea to see that that's where the high was going to be. So maybe you got around 14%, maybe a little bit less at that high that came in on May the 7th. And since then, your profits were diminished. On May the 8th, could have got 11%. What about down here? May the 9th, could have got 6%, 7%, right? And since then, your profitability has been diminished to where if you were to get out today, you'll be down almost 40%. This is why it's real imperative for everyone to understand their entry and their exit points, because many people were expecting the market to continue to go higher in price. You know, let's not be fooled. A lot of people didn't call these cryptocurrencies losing 50, 60% of their value last month, right? So make sure that you have an entry and exit plan. And I'm not talking about utilizing stop losses. If you're going to have stop losses, make sure you only know about it. Don't place it into the exchanges because they use those against you. Why would you give your enemy a heads up as to where your position is, as to what you're planning on doing? You cannot do that. All right. Only you need to know where your stop loss is going to be. Make them work for the money that they're trying to take out of our pockets. So let's do this real quick. Let's do our price prediction into the market in REN. First things first, let's get rid of this horizontal line right here. You know, the market's not up there at $1.23, so we don't need to keep it there. Okay. Now I will hold this line right here around 70 cents. This is another area of restriction into the market in REN here too. Okay, which is around what, 60? But I'm going to hold 70 cents though as our area of restriction in the market in REN. Okay, now this line represents the market in REN not going higher in price until we see price break above it. Okay. Do you think we're still into a trend into the market in REN? And we are. So generally, this market in REN is still in a pretty good uptrend, right? You guys can see that we bounced off this ascending line a couple of times. So this is a viable idea that this trend is still in play in REN. So as long as we continue to hold this ascending line, REN is going to go high in price, right? So the only thing that we really need to pay attention to is like at what point will be a good entry price to come into the market and purchase REN. And it was right here when the market touched this ascending line around 35 cents. That was the pristine opportunity to come in and buy REN at a cheap price, all with the inclusion of it continuing to go high in price in the long term, right there. So let's check this out on the 5-day time frame real quick. And the market here in REN currently is giving us a lot of strength, but the last 5-day price bar is giving us a little bit of worrisome as well. Okay, it kind of lets us know that the weakness is still involved into the market in REN. We were unable to see price break above 70 cents. That's the first thing I told you in this prediction, is that we need to see the market break above 70 cents before we get any inclination that this market is going to go high in price. Okay. Now this is the 3-day time frame. Right now, the market looks pretty decent. It looks healthy. It doesn't look like there's a lot of volatility coming into the market so far in REN. Now we got a day and 14 hours left. If we only had like 6 hours left on this current 3-day price bar, I would definitely be playing the strength in the market there, right? This one we got 13 hours. So even on a 2-day time frame, I'm still seeing the ability of this market in REN to go higher in price. But I'm not going to be like everyone else on YouTube. I'm going to give you a realistic place to where we can expect the market to go. I'm not going to tell you we're going to shoot up to $5 and $10 in the month of May. I'm sorry, in the month of June or July. I'm not. We're not those type of individuals who's here just to give you a lot of hopium, right? We're not about that. So I like it on the 2-day time frame. The weekly time frame, yes, we still saw weakness come through, but we were still able to at least achieve closing above the previous week close. Now, monthly time frame is a different story, right? We are still seeing a lot of weakness come through in REN. So depending on your time preference, your entry and your exit is going to be real determinant on when you need to jump in and when you need to jump out. On this video, we're going to play on a daily time frame with the premise that REN is going to continue to go higher in price. But like I told you, we're going to be conservative in our expectations. We already know that 70 cents has been rejected in REN, so we're going to play it there. That's our ultimate area of restriction. The closest restriction area is right there around 60. So we need to take some profit off the table at 60 cents. We cannot be fooled. That still gives us about 6% profit in the market under the premise that the market goes down from 60 cents. So we need to get in position. We need to take the bag at 60 cents all the way back up here towards 70. All right. So that's it. Simple. We're in position. We're expecting the market in REN to go higher in price. We are still holding the overall long-term trend. The current restriction there is at 70 cents. That wasn't confusing. That wasn't hard at all. So now tell us, which layer 2 solution do you think is going to be the most important layer 2 solution in the market? And tell me your price prediction in REN. Let us know. Make sure you maintain a profitability and always trade different.